Afghanistan or Iraq last year when they were visiting troops, and they became good friends. So part of the no whatever statement Mike Brown put out Monday, no, we're not trading Carson Palmer, and no, Brad Childress isn't going to be our new offensive coordinator. I don't even know what I was trying to say there. But when is enough? Honestly, for this franchise. I mean, as fans, we come in every year, and especially people that are my age, maybe a little bit younger, maybe a little bit older. I mean, just why? Why do we do it? I mean, it's really the owner, and it's sad because what this franchise is built from. Paul Brown was one of the greatest coaches of all time. I think he was even in the fucking Hall of Fame before he even created the Bengals, and he was still coaching. I mean, how often do you see that? I mean, yeah, Dick LeBeau just made it this past year, but I mean, there's so many fans and that are not renewing their tickets and shit. I mean, at some point before the end of the year this past year, he sent a letter and some shit to season ticket holders, like, here, have a complimentary box of popcorn or some shit. I mean, what the fuck is that? I just told him to shove that box of popcorn up his fucking ass. I mean, that's just another slap in the face of the fans. I mean, nothing's being done. And we're sitting here, and everybody's trying to look forward to the Red season, or they're trying to see how UC basketball is going to do because they started off good. They've lost a few games, but they're still doing all right. I don't know if they're in the top 25 anymore. Don't really care. I really haven't cared since Huggins left that much, but talking about them, talking about the Cyclones. I think I mentioned the Reds, but I mean, there's just a lot of uncertainty. Fans aren't renewing their tickets. We got one fucking guy that came out. I don't know how old he is, but anyway, don't come crying to me about this, but he went on eBay. There's a story. I think it made SI and all this. Anyway, you can look it up. Type in Google like what I'm about to say. But a Bengals fan sold his allegiance to the highest bidder on eBay. Okay, he started off at $20. I think that's the minimum. And fans of other teams were bidding. I think this went for like a week and a half, 2 weeks is how long the auction was. The bid got up to over $600, and it was a Ravens fan before it was about to end. And then that guy pulled out because he said some shit like, I can't spend that much money on a fan. My wife, is pissed that she'd kill me if I did that. So fine, he retracted his bid. The bidding ended at $510. The winning bidder was somebody that's a Steelers fan. And you can read all about this. So this guy, I don't know what he's doing with his Bengals stuff, but he's using the $510 to buy all this Steelers shit, and that's his new team, and he's learning as much as he can about them and all that. No, it's not me, ha ha ha. You can, look it up, the dude's real name and all that, it's on there. But, I mean, we got people burning their shit, saying they're done, not renewing tickets. We got people arguing on the message boards. I mean, seriously, 20 years, people. This isn't even about, supporting a football team anymore. I mean, because God bless the team, and the players that come here and they actually want to win championships. They want to be good at what they do, and it's never gonna happen, as long as Mike Brown's the owner. And I mean, you never know. His daughter Katie's next in line, and she might be better. She might be the same way. You think by now, with as much as the fans hate Mike Brown, we've got a website, the Houday Revolution. They put fucking urinal cakes in Paul Brown Stadium a few years ago. It said like get pissed and had his record as an owner on there. I mean, we had our 200th loss with him as owner. I think that was the Monday night game against the Steelers actually, and the fucking people on TV were actually talking about it. It's the fastest owner in the history of the NFL to 200 losses. So, and then there's an account on here on YouTube that's I think it's Save the Bengals or some shit, and it's not like stop motion, but it's something obviously done on a computer. The people on it look like a cross between them old, like, little tykes or whatever the fuck it's called, toy things that were shaped like eggs. I think they were in Toy Story. I don't remember if I had any when I was little. It looked like a cross between those people and, like, Lego people or some shit. But anyway, it's like a little series. There's 2 episodes so far. It's supposed to be Mike Brown and Art Rooney, too. The current owner, president, whatever the fuck, of the Steelers. And, it talks about, how much, he cares about money. Oh, we don't want to go to the Super Bowl in the playoffs because we lose money. Teams have to share that money with the other teams that didn't make it, and we don't see the point. And honestly, I thought I heard somewhere or read somewhere that Paul Brown was actually pissed at what they had to pay to go to the Super Bowl back in, 88, 89 or whatever, the travel expenses. So they went down late or they went down a certain way, like a bus or a plane or something. I don't know. And that doesn't really matter, but in a way, in a lot of, I don't hate Paul Brown. Paul Brown was a good guy. I don't really know him because he died when I was a baby, but I've heard that he told his kids at one point, to stay away from football because that was his life and it pretty much took over everything, and he didn't have time for anything else. So, he taught his kids, don't get into football like me, and obviously you could tell that, by the way Mike Brown's running shit, that he ain't into football. He's here to make money. He's a businessman. And he's not a fucking idiot because he's got some type of degree, and he used to be a lawyer or some shit before he owned the Bengals. And plus, they were saying that he was looking into the legalities of releasing coaches before their contract was up, which is probably another reason why nobody's been fired. I think they fired the linebackers coach actually. And at one point, I had went and I made this list on this thing, and I, was talking about what coaches and coordinators need to go and how long they've been here. I had Brett Kowski, offensive coordinator, been here 10 seasons. Paul Alexander, offensive line, he's been here 17 seasons. Darren Simmons, special teams, has been here 8 seasons. Chip Morton, strength and conditioning, been here 8 seasons. Jeff Fitzgerald, linebacker's been here 3 seasons. I think he's the one that got fired, or I heard something about that. But, then I heard yesterday that they're talking about bringing in Bernie Kosar to the front office. What the fuck? Bernie, I mean, I'm not acting as pissed as I felt all week, trying to work up the words of what to say here, but I don't know what else to say. And in all honesty, I'm never gonna hate the Bengals, as a team. I'm never gonna hate any of the players, and I love all you guys. But I'm done with the bullshit. I'm done supporting Mike Brown's fucking circus. This bullshit. 20 years of it. That's enough. I'm not throwing away any of my shit. Anything I got and anything that I wear. I'm tired of going out wearing, you know, Bengal shit probably 200 days a year out, and people looking at me like I'm fucking nuts. They could go fucking 0 and 16 until the fucking world explodes, and just because they were horrible, because they sucked, but because you got an owner that doesn't care about winning and is not going to make enough changes to go anywhere. I mean, and you root for a football team because you want them to win. But I think that 20 years is a good enough reason to just say fuck you. So I mean, you look at some owners out there, and I mean, the 49ers have kind of turned to shit since whatever happened. I think if memory, I got a pretty good memory. If serves me right, I think Matty V said something one time like the owner that they had when they were good ended up getting indicted on some shit and has been in prison, and his sister took over or some, I don't know, some shit like that. I'm probably wrong, but she don't know what the fuck she's doing. So that once great franchise is shot. And what's his name? Fucking Al Davis out in Oakland. I mean, he'd won. How many Super Bowls do they have? Two, three? I don't really care, but a lot of people out there are like, oh, this old fucking senile guy has got to go. I mean, seriously, the worst owner in sports. I mean, people have had bad GMs. What was that guy in Detroit, Matt Millen or whatever, that does announcing now? I remember when the Bengals played them in '05 when we clinched the division on their field. I got that on tape. Fucking fans there were protesting and wearing bags on their heads because they wanted him out of there. So I don't know. We're gonna see what develops. I'm not. I've talked to several people about this. But I'm not. If anybody offers to take me, I'm not going to fucking training camp this year. I'm not buying any more merchandise. I'm keeping what I have. I'm not gonna do anything with it. The shit on my walls, behind me and other places in here. I'm gonna keep it all. I'm not buying any more fucking Bengals jerseys. I'm not buying any more Bengals hats. Nothing. Fucking trading cards. I mean, no. I've had enough of that shit. You got fucking Cincinnati stamped on it. I mean, it doesn't represent us. The red. I guess the Reds do. They've had some losing times, but guess what? They finally got an owner that's trying, and we fucking made the playoffs for the first time in 15 years last year. Yeah, we got beat by the Phillies, who have been good the last several years. But we had uh, league MVP or whatever, and Joey Votto. We've got the veterans at the positions we need them, and then we got the younger guys that know what they're doing at the positions we need them in baseball. So that's why we're doing good there. But no, I've had enough of Mike Brown shit. I'm never gonna hate the Bengals. I'm I don't know the team. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I've had enough of Mike Brown shit. I mean, you people watching, it's like, oh, Dubs, you giving up on the Bengals because you're fucking losing. No, you don't understand it. It's just 20 years is a long fucking time of this shit. I mean, I look in the mirror sometimes, and I'm pretty sure I'm seeing just a few gray hairs, and I'm thinking, what the fuck's that from? And it's from the stress, shit of supporting the Bengals, and then, just cause nobody fucking cares. I mean, the fans, I mean, that's all that cares. But I mean, why throw your money and time into this shit? And stress yourself out. I mean, Josh and Huday Jr. and all you guys, you can take it whoever you want or however you want. I mean, Huday Jr. Besides, me and DeBerg and A-Train might understand it a little bit more because we all live here. But Josh, I don't know, how Josh takes it because he don't watch the news and he don't read the articles and he don't see the shit, firsthand. I mean, he's not really from Cincinnati, and every day it's something else. Probably turn on the news now. Well, it's almost over at 6:30, but it's probably some other shit. But I mean, I guess my breaking point is that it finally clicked that we're not going to do anything with fucking Mike Brown at the helm. I want somebody that owners that care about their fans, and care about winning. I can think of one franchise for sure that does that, but I don't know. I'll keep you guys updated, but I don't want to hear any bullshit. 'Cause you got one fucking Rats fan that used to be a Falcons fan. Has got her reasons for being a Ravens fan now. You got fucking Big Daddy Bitch that claims he used to be a Bengals fan. Yeah, there was a Ravens fan, he used to be a Bengals fan because he liked fucking Boomer Esiason. It's on my wall behind me. You can never see him because the light always hits him, uh, the wrong way. That's why I stand here. But I mean, there's that picture, framed above that helmet there. But I don't want to hear any of your bullshit. And then you got fucking fan, and this don't really matter, but NFL fan 6 or whatever the hell his name is, that comes out here and makes his fucking Jets and his fucking uh, Bears videos. Yeah, the dude makes videos for two teams wearing shit. I don't even do that. I mean, you guys have seen my collection of hats and uh, jerseys and shit. So I don't come on here making videos for two teams. And guess what? They both got knocked out of the playoffs last week, and he's on fucking suicide watch. So yeah, for now I've had enough. Hopefully I didn't speak more than 15 minutes here. If I did, look out for part two because I guess I'm gonna have to chop this video up. But I don't know. I'm out. I mean, I'm not gonna stop making vids, but I'll talk to you guys later. Fuck Mike Brown. Fuck his daughter. I mean, fuck the whole organization. Players don't want to be here. Fucking Carson, Chad. I mean, everybody. Nobody. It finally clicked. I mean, Carson Palmer's gonna pass up $50 million because he doesn't want to play here anymore because he knows nothing's gonna change. I mean, that's pretty big. He'd rather retire than play here, and it's not because they suck. It's because he knows that there's not going to be any change. And he's been through a lot with injuries and all that shit. And receivers getting switched around. But maybe I'll talk about that another time. I'm gonna stop this video. I'll see you guys later. Just whatever. Take this however you want. Just fuck Mike Brown. That's it.